Hi, and welcome to Straighty, an app that is here to remind you about the correct posture in front of the computer, as well as guide you through some kind of seated yoga to stretch your muscles. So, what you can see here is the main dashboard of the application, and I have already my camera preview on with sounds and notifications on, and I sit quite straight, let's say. But when I slouch a bit like that, there's a sound and also notification. I can also change the sounds, or I can just turn off the notifications. For example, I will turn off the notifications and change the sound to something more aggressive. Or even this kind of a voice feedback.
Shoulders up. Are you a deflating balloon?
So that was the core functionality behind Straighty, and when you open the app, you will be welcomed with this kind of model. I strongly recommend to get to know with all of the points mentioned here, but most importantly is that currently, as the version 0.5, Straighty supports only front-facing cameras. So generally, the integrated webcams in the MacBooks, as it's only MacBook application for now on. However, we are planning to integrate side angles, also some kind of external cameras in the future. So if you are sitting in front of your computer, just sit comfortably, try to sit straight, and then you can just hit this Calibrate button to get the reference point to the desired position. And from this point, the application will keep reminding you if something goes too wrong. By the way, this button also works the same as the one in the dashboard. So when you are ready, when you, for example, change your position, you just go more back from your computer, you can recalibrate, and again, it will work. So if you change your position significantly, you can recalibrate with this one click of the button on the Calibrate. Another thing is the tolerance adjustment. So if you think it's too strict, you can also move it more to the right. So for example, like that, it still detects the wrong posture, but if I move it more to the right, then it's fine. But then you can just adjust it like that. Generally, this default setting somewhere around the middle of the slider should be fine. But also you can adjust to your preferences. Another thing is that, as you can see, there is this rest mode, battery saver mode, as the application is quite intensive and it runs completely locally. I could even disconnect my Wi-Fi right now and it will still run locally. So we don't store your data, we don't save it anywhere, it doesn't need any kind of backend cloud or anything like that. It computes everything directly on your device. However, the cost of that is that sometimes the CPU consumption and also the memory can go a little bit up. So if you experience any kind of performance issue or maybe battery drainage issues, you can just turn on this rest mode battery saver, which will turn off the camera every 60 seconds and also turn it back for another 60 seconds. And also maybe you just don't want to get notified all the time. So then it will just gently check on your posture from time to time. So that was the core idea behind the Straighty as a posture reminder in those several ways. But what you can do else, you can also turn on this Pomodoro clock. So for example, I can just turn it on. And from now on, it will just count 25 minutes. That is generally in the Pomodoro clocks. Also, I can reset it here. So it will start from the beginning. And what else you can do is just, let me turn it off for now. Turn on the notifications. Maybe you don't want the sounds. Turn off the preview, but it will still check on your posture. And then if you see, this application will be located generally in this upper dock, so you can just minimize the app. Now it works in the background and I see it. And let's say if I slouch, I get the notification when I open the app. As you can see, when I turn on the preview, you can see that I'm slouching. So in this way, we have this background activity mode. What else is that yoga time? As you can see, currently it's in the experimental mode. So we have these 2 yoga exercises implemented with 5 repetitions each. The first one is cat cow yoga, and you start with those 3 positions, so cow pose, cat pose, and seated pose. And then after 5 repetitions, there's also lateral neck stretch with left side pose, right side pose, and seated pose. Next feature I would like to present you in this video is the Pomodoro clock functionality. And in this 25 minutes long session, the application also counts the mistakes you make during the given session. So for example, if I slouch, I get the notification, and in a few seconds you will see the model with the ending of the given session and also the statistics. Like right now, for example, I can see that the session was completed. There are some session statistics, how many times the incorrect posture was detected. And at this point, you have a choice. You can just take a break and rest from your computer, or maybe you can also try the guided yoga. So just like a few moments ago, I showed you this model with the explanation how the yoga works. There are 2 exercises. Let's try it out.
Take a deep breath. Arch your back. Good. Now, keep it for a few seconds. Now curve your spine forward. Look down. Good. Go back to straight position. Raise your left arm over your head. Bend your head to the left. Good. Now keep it for a few seconds. Raise your right arm over your head. Bend your head to the right. Good. Now keep it for a few seconds.
And as you can see now, the yoga session is completed. I can see the statistics, so it took me a bit more than 3 minutes to finish the yoga session. So in general, it should take approximately from 3 to 5 minutes. We really think as a Straighty team that it's nice break time to stretch your muscle and move around. But of course, most important is also to just take a break from the computer and just move around, look around, and so on. At this point, you can start another session of Pomodoro or just close this model. And that's all. So that was Straighty. Thank you for your attention. I hope that you liked it. Also, feel free to reach out to us throughout our social media platforms or just send us an email. And if you have any kind of improvement ideas or any problems with the app that you would like to solve, or any help or anything else, or maybe you would like to join the team and help us with building Straighty, no matter if you are a developer, designer, or maybe you as a physiotherapist or some kind of yoga teacher or anything like that, also feel free to reach out to us. We are really open to meet new people and gather new insights about the app. Thank you.